everybody, my name is Kiana Rosemary Manopol from Class 10H. Today, I'll be discussing the motion if schools have the right to oversee students' private social media accounts to prevent cyberbullying. To elaborate, cyberbullying is a form of bullying that happens in the digital world, specifically on social media platforms such as Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Cyberbullying is a serious matter that we have to take account for because if we don't intervene, millions of victims will be harmed emotionally, even traumatically. For my first argument, I want to explain how this motion is beneficial in preventing the chances of cyberbullying happening. For my first point, schools can protect potential victims outside of school hours. With social media, suspects or bullies can send any malicious message from any time, anywhere, with no restrictions as long as you have an internet connection. If we give schools the right to monitor these private social media accounts, then we can lower the risk of cyberbullying happening. Which brings me to my next point. With schools monitoring these accounts, students can feel intimidated and may think twice of ever doing these crimes because if they were ever found out of doing these malicious crimes of cyberbullying, then schools can take measures and punish those who did these crimes. But you might be asking, what about the privacy of students? Doesn't the school violate those rights? Well, I would like to rebuttal that statement. You see, if schools don't do enough monitoring or surveillance over students' social media accounts, it will only give students too much freedom over their actions. We don't know if these students have good or bad intentions when using the internet. Another point, if we prioritize the privacy of students, then what happens to the potential victims affected by it? We have to prioritize the safety of students than the privacy, because if we don't take any action, it will only do more harm than good. Another point, study shows that social media monitoring with targeted intervention can prevent extreme situations from happening or reducing the risk of it happening. For example, self-harm or extreme violence. In conclusion, if schools are given the right to access students' private social media accounts, then it can prevent the increase of cyberbullied victims and make the social media platforms a safe space for everybody to interact, especially students.